Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Unpacked Stories. Today's episode is one I've been holding on to for a while because it's messy, it's honest, it's uncomfortable, and it's real. We always talk about the glow up, the success moment, the breakthrough, the new me season. But we don't always talk about what happens in the shadows, in the confusion, in the in between, in the nights where you're questioning yourself whether any of this is worth it. So today, we are unpacking the things that people don't always post on social media. The ugly side of leveling up. And trust me, it's a journey. So settle in, get comfortable, take a breath, because this one is going to hit different. Let's start with something very simple. We've been sold this idea that leveling up is glamorous, right? We see it online. New chapter, big things coming, cutting off of vibes that aren't for me. But nobody tells you the reality behind those captions. The truth, if you are really leveling up, I mean internally, emotionally, identity leveling up, it doesn't feel like a glow up. It feels like losing your balance. It feels like shedding skin. It feels like standing in between two worlds. The one that you are becoming and the one that you are unbecoming. And nobody prepares you for that. See, the glow up is external, but the level up, that's internal. That's the part where no one sees. That's the part that's messy. You don't wake up one day with clarity and confidence and a perfect plan. No. You wake up confused. You wake up unsure, unsettled, because the life you are growing doesn't fit anymore. But the life you are growing into, it's not built yet. That in between space, it's the ugliest, the most uncomfortable part of the journey. And that's the part that everyone skips when they tell their before and after. But we're not skipping that today. We are going deep. We are telling it all. Let's talk about what actually happens internally when you start leveling up. There's something I call silent identity crisis. It's the moment where everything you thought you knew about yourself, your habits, your way of thinking, your routine, your culture, your dreams, your limits, your relationships, your worth suddenly feels unfamiliar. You start questioning things that used to feel permanent. You catch yourself asking or thinking to yourself, wait, Do I even want this? Why am I still doing the same thing that doesn't feel right? Why does this achievement not feel like enough anymore? This identity crisis is invisible to everyone else. To the world, you look the same. Same job, same routine, same smile, same face, same life. But inside, your entire internal world is shifting. It's like the foundation under you is cracking open and you are trying to stand still, trying to look composed, trying not to fall apart, while everything you knew dissolves. And here what makes it ugly. You don't get to skip this stage because leveling up, it's not about just becoming. It's also about unbecoming. Unbecoming the version of yourself that settled, unbecoming the version that stayed quiet, unbecoming the version that tolerated too much, unbecoming the version that played safe and small, and unbecoming. It hurts. Because even the unhealthy versions of yourself are familiar, and familiar feels safe. But growth requires you to walk away from yourself. And that's one of the hardest things you will ever do. Now, let's go into one of the hardest parts about leveling up. You lose people. I wish I could sugarcoat this, but the truth tastes bitter. When you level up, when you set boundaries, when you stop over giving, when you say no more often, when you start valuing yourself, not everyone will clap for you. Some people only loved you because your smallness benefited them. Your silence benefited them. Your availability benefited them. Your self-neglect benefited them. And when you stop playing the role they assigned to you, they leave. Sometimes quietly, sometimes violently, sometimes pretending you changed in a bad way. And that part is heartbreaking. Because these are not just random people. Sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's friends you've known forever. Sometimes it's the person you thought was your forever. Sometimes it's the people you expected to grow with. But here's something real. Growth exposes relationships. Not just who they are, but who they need you to be in order to stay comfortable. And when you stop being that person, the dynamic breaks. You outgrow people. Not because you're better. No. Because you're becoming different. And the ugliest truth of all is this. Some people love the unhealed version of you more than the healed one. Let that sink in. Leveling up can be one of the loneliest experiences of your life. Not because you're physically alone, but because you don't relate to your old world. And you haven't even met the new world yet. You are in the middle, trying to find yourself, detached, trying to find a new tribe while letting go of an old one. You stop fitting in rooms you used to shrink yourself to fit in. You stop laughing at jokes you used to tolerate. You stop participating in conversations that lack growth. You stop pretending. And suddenly, you find yourself alone. And that silence can be loud, very loud. It forces you to hear your thoughts. It forces you to meet the parts of yourself you've avoided. It forces you to feel the emotions you've buried. Loneliness is the price of growth. It's the place between the old chapter and the new one. But here's the thing. Loneliness is not punishment. It is preparation. You're clearing space. You're shedding layers. You are detoxing your environment. You are relearning yourself. And that process is sacred, even if it's painful. Okay, let's go deeper. There's a phase of leveling up that feels like breaking down. In fact, it's breaking down. And here's the twist. It's supposed to happen. You can't build a new identity on top of an old one. Something has to collapse. This breakdown looks like crying at random times, feeling overwhelmed, feeling lost, feeling confused, losing motivation, questioning everything, suddenly not recognizing yourself, feeling emotionally exhausted. And you start saying things like, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm falling apart. Why does nothing feels stable anymore? Why does this hurt so much? Is it normal? Yes, it's normal. It's necessary. Because leveling up isn't just removing old behaviors, it's removing the emotional attachments underneath those behaviors. Sometimes you are not just letting go of a habit, you are letting go of a memory, a person, maybe a childhood wound, a trauma, an identity you constructed to survive. This is the ugly part that people hide. But that part doesn't fit into a motivational quote. That part doesn't get to be posted online. But this breakdown is actually a breakthrough in disguise. Your system is recalibrating. Your mind is decluttering. Your heart is releasing. Your identity is dissolving. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It's draining, yes. Here's something that almost no one admits. Sometimes leveling up feels worse than staying the same. Because success isn't always celebrated. Sometimes success comes with guilt. Sometimes success comes with pressure. Sometimes success comes with expectations you don't feel ready for. There's a version of success that feels like, am I allowed to enjoy this? Do I deserve this? What if I fail? Because success isn't healing. Success doesn't always solve wounds. Success doesn't quiet your insecurities. Success doesn't erase your inner critique. Success simply amplifies what's already there. If you felt unworthy before, you will feel more unworthy with more responsibility. If you felt unseen before, you will feel more unseen with more eyes watching you. If you felt alone before, you'll feel more alone when people start expecting you from. This is the ugly side. Another truth, you are not just outgrowing people. You are outgrowing your old self. And that's terrifying. It feels like grieving yourself, like losing a friend, like stepping out of a familiar body. Because even the versions of you that weren't good for you were yours, were known, and they were safe at that point. Letting go of them means stepping into the unknown, into the possibility, into the discomfort. And sometimes that fear alone keeps people from leveling up. It's easier to stay the same. I know. It's easier to repeat patterns. It's easier to self-sabotage. Easier to stay where you mastered your survival. But ease doesn't equal growth. And comfort doesn't equal fulfillment. Here's the part people misunderstand. The level up, it's not the moment you become better. It's not. It's the moment you start rebuilding boundaries, rebuilding habits, rebuilding self-worth, rebuilding identity, rebuilding discipline, rebuilding confidence. And the rebuild is slow and it's quiet. It's steady. Sometimes it's boring. Every time you resist the old version, you are rebuilding. Brick by brick, choice by choice, moment by moment. This stage isn't ugly. It's sacred. It's where clarity grows, where identity strengthens, where confidence roots, where purpose emerges. Then something happens. You wake up one day and something feels different. You feel lighter, calmer, more grounded. more yourself. You don't react to the same way you used to. You don't crave the things you used to. You don't tolerate the same behaviors. You don't feel attached to the old triggers. You don't feel the urge to shrink anymore. And it hits you. You've arrived at a new level. Quietly, without announcement, without validation, without applause. Just you. In a new version of your own skin. This quiet arrival is the moment the ugly journey starts to make sense. If you are in the messy part right now, if you are confused, lonely, exhausted, questioning everything, losing people, shedding layers, feeling like your world is dissolving, you are not breaking down. You are leveling up. This is the part people don't show. This is the part people hide. This is the part that makes the transformation real. Your discomfort is evidence of expansion. Your confusion is evidence of growth. Your loneliness is evidence of alignment. Your identity shift is evidence of rebirth. If it's ugly, that means you're doing something good. That means it's working. Because becoming the new version of yourself requires letting go of the old version. And that process is always messy. So keep going. Keep going. Keep falling apart. Keep falling apart where you need to. Keep letting yourself grow. Keep letting yourself grow. Keep trusting the transition. Because on the other side of this chaos, there is you that you never met before. And that version is worth everything you're walking through right now. You're not failing. You're transforming. And transformation has an ugly side. But it also has a beautiful purpose. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Until next time,